Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Wahdahu la sharika lahu. I bear witness that there is no God but God, and no partner has He. I greet everybody with the universal greetings of Assalamu alaikum. My Lord, I seek refuge in you from the suggestions of the devils. And my Lord, I seek refuge in you, lest devil come near me. Inshallah, I ask the Creator to guide me, to relay what it is He wants us to hear, to relay what we need to hear, to relay what we have always wanted to hear. The title of the khutbah is called La ilaha illallah and its deeper meaning. La ilaha illallah and its deeper meaning. I'm going to read from Surah 67, Al-Mulk. Kingship. Kingship. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, most exalted is the one in whose hand is all kingship, and He is omnipotent. The one who created death and life for the purpose of distinguishing those among you who would do better. He is the Almighty, the Forgiving. He created 7 universes in layers. You do not see any imperfection in the creation by the most gracious. Keep looking. Do you see any flaw? Look again and again. Your eyes will come back stumped and conquered. We adorn the lowest universe with lamps and guard its borders with projectiles against the devils. We prepared for them a retribution in hell. For those who disbelieve in their Lord, the retribution of Jahannam. What a miserable destiny. When they get thrown therein, they hear its furor as it fumes. It almost explodes from rage. Whenever a group is thrown therein, its guards will ask them, did you not receive a warner? Thank God we received a warner. Thank God we listened to that warner. Because you can receive all the warners in the world. But you got to listen. Key component. They will answer, yes indeed, a warner did come to us, but we disbelieved and said God did not reveal anything, you are totally astray. They also say, if we heard or understood, we would not be among the dwellers of hell. Then they confess their sins, woe to the dwellers of hell. As for those who reverence their Lord when alone in their privacy. Y'all hear that? In your privacy, reverencing the Creator. Not just when you come into Juma. It's in your privacy, reverencing your Lord. When you by yourself, reverencing your Lord. It's not just we see each other. No. When you by yourself, right, are you reverencing your Lord? And then it gets deeper than just the 5 prayers and the reading of the Quran. Of reverencing of your Lord as God is constantly on your mind throughout everything you're doing. You're thinking of your Creator. Reverencing your Lord. When you're going food shopping, you're reverencing your Lord. When you're taking a shower or a bath, you're reverencing your Lord. When you're driving, you're reverencing your Lord. It's a continuance of reverencing your Lord. Not just coming to Juma, making the 5 prayers during the Ramadan. Those things we know. It is a part of reverencing your Lord. But when you're alone in your privacy, When I don't see you and you don't see me and we don't see each other, are you reverencing your Lord? Right? When you by yourself and them thoughts check in your head, are you reverencing your Lord? As for those who reverence their Lord when alone, in their privacy, they have attained forgiveness and a great recompense. Forgiveness and a great recompense. You know, it feels good to know that. It feels good to know that all all the things that I may have done, we may have done, right? Right? That if we do some things that the Creator has pointed out to us to do, right? We will attain forgiveness. And when you attain something, that means you put in some effort in order to get it. It just wasn't handed to you like that. Some of it was. But I'm talking about that high forgiveness where you get a clean slate. God will give you a clean slate. And you'll know that you've been given a clean slate because you're no longer doing those activities nor reacting to those behaviors. You have changed. You have been renewed. You have attained a higher consciousness, a higher perspective of yourself as well as others. Because it ain't always just about you. It's about others too. Because they may not have attained, but you have attained. So there's a certain way you deal with people once you have attained what it is that God has given you. Because you see what they don't see. You understand what they don't understand. Right? We have a higher cosmic vision. Yes. Yeah. Magic. But not the kind of magic that we think of. So the title of the sermon is called La ilaha illallah and its deeper meaning. And inshallah, Master Creator, allow me to delve into that. As for those who reverence their Lord when alone in their privacy, they have attained forgiveness and a great recompense. We thank the Creator for that. Always thanking the Creator. Whether you keep your utterances secret or declare them, He is fully aware of the innermost thoughts. Should He not know what He created? He is the sublime, most cognizant. He is the one who put the earth at your service. Y'all hear that? The earth is at our service. So don't let the earth overwhelm you. God has put it in your service. Don't let the people overwhelm you. God has put the earth in your service. And when you understand the rotation and the cycles and the seasons of the earth, then you can better have a more stable life path as you live in the earth, as you interact with other people. This book here brings me understanding, yes, of how we deal with people, how we deal with ourselves when alone in our what? Privacy. Right? He's fully aware of the innermost thoughts. Not me, not you, not them. God, the Creator. He is fully aware. Fully. And when we believe that God is fully aware of our innermost thoughts, don't we become more stronger in trying to monitor how we think? Yes, that's how deep this is. This path will have you monitor your thinking, because you know the Creator, right, is fully aware of your thinking, and you don't want to be thinking some stuff that's going to be displeasing to the Creator. Right? Right? So all this becomes living, right? As you live, right? You live this, right? This is it. Should he not know what he created? He's the sublime, most cognizant. That's how you say it. Excuse me. Cognizant. He is the one who puts the earth at your service, roam its corners, and eat from his provisions. To him is the final summing. Have you guaranteed that the one in the heaven will not strike the earth and cause it to tumble? Have you guaranteed that the one in the heaven will not send, excuse me, will not send upon you a violent storm? Sometimes that violent storm can be a bad argument with somebody, and it feels like a violent storm, right? There's levels to this. We know about the other storms that we hear about, but what about them storms that you go through when you're dealing with people that don't get it? Or you don't want to get it when somebody trying to make you get it. That can be a storm, right? You see how deep this book is? This is a deep book here. It's deep, but you're not going to understand it if you're not reading it. If you're not checking into the book cannot check into you. You got to check into the book. When you check into the book will check into you, and you will check into you. Are we all on the same page here? Okay. Thank God for the Quran. I'm telling you, better fall in love with the Quran. That's right. Fall in love with the Quran, because it's the words of the Creator. Have you guaranteed, Surah 67, that's the Surah. Ayat 17. Have you guaranteed that the one in heaven will not send upon you a violent storm? Will you then appreciate the value of my warnings? Yes, we do appreciate that. Thank God we get warnings so we can kind of dodge some stuff or be prepared for it when it happens. That's the beauty of knowing that, you know, our Creator is a just Creator, because He's not going to just throw something in your lap. If you read this book, you're going to know everything except when you die. You know you're going to die, but you don't know when and you don't know where. But everything else in this earthly plane, God has detailed in this book for us. And if we're reading the book and understanding the book and coming together to get more understanding of the book from each other, because no one person has all the knowledge in this mosque. We all got different degrees and variations of insights and knowledge of this book, right? So we come together, you feed me, I feed you. We feed each other, right? Because God might give you a different understanding than me, right, that I need to have. So I cannot knock what you know down. You don't knock what I know down. Let's try to come together and see where God is in this, right? So that we can all arrive to some kind of understanding and keep the harmony amongst us as a community. Because when someone has made the biggie or whatever, right? Ego comes in, right? And what happens is people feel I can't approach that person, right? But thank God we here are approachable. You can approach me, I can approach you. Okay? So, bear with me. Will you then appreciate the value? God says the value of my warnings. Others before them have disbelieved. How terrible was my requital. Have they not seen the birds above them line up in columns and spreading their wings? The most gracious is the one who holds them in the air. I was watching the birds today. I got down here early, and I was just tickled, literally, smiling to myself and laughing to myself. I said, wow. That's why our Creator said, study the signs. You study these signs, and if your heart is sincere, God will manifest Himself to you. You will see the Creator. And for those who know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about physically seeing the Creator, because we cannot withstand the magnitude of our Lord, but we will see the Creator through the signs, and that will make us happy. It'll put a smile on your face. I'm telling you, it will. Others before, okay, I read that, I'm sorry. Okay, others before them have disbelieved, and how terrible was my requital. Had they not seen, okay, I read that, my bad, excuse me. Okay, the most gracious is the one who holds them in the air. He is seer of all things. Where are those soldiers who can help you against the most gracious? Indeed, the disbelievers are deceived. Who is there to provide for you if he withholds his provisions? Indeed, they are plunged deep into transgression and aversion. Is one who walks while slumped over on his face better guided, or one who walks straight on the right path? Say, he is the one who initiated you and granted you the hearing, the eyes, and the brains. Rarely are you appreciative. You thank the Creator for all of that, the eyes, the ears, and the brains. Because if we didn't have those, oh, Lord have mercy, we'd be in trouble, right? We would literally be in trouble. And the blessing is that we thank God for giving us direction on how to use what He has given us. That's what we really thank God for. He has given us the strength, the understanding, and the insights to use those things that He has given to us. Because there may have been a time in our lives we didn't even know how to use our brains correctly. We didn't know how to use our senses correctly, right? And I'm going to say this. Even with all that we got, the Shaitan is still after us. Don't think because we hear that the war and the battle is not over and we good. The Shaitan is still after us, because the Shaitan made a promise to the Creator, and he said, I'm going to prove to you that they are unappreciative. So we got to be vigilant. We got to always be on guard. We got to be on point. We got to be aware, and we got to use these senses that the Creator has given us to keep us out of harm's way at all times. In every given situation, how we talk, how we walk, everything, how we perceive in life, I'm telling you, everything. Because Shaitan is really coming. Shaitan will come at you harder because you're saying, La ilaha illallah, there's no God but God. So the test is really going to be coming at us, because it's to see if we, us, are sincere. Because our Creator, right? Our Creator says in the Quran, because you say you believe, right? That you will not be tested. Well, surely we have tested those before you to see if they were what? Sincere. So if the money stopped coming, or whatever stop coming, or if it don't come, or it don't go our way, or whatever, we still got to hold on to the Creator. Yeah. No matter what comes down the pipeline. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. It's not. That's why we build our soul power. We build our faith. We have to. Okay? So we thank the Creator for our eyes, the brains. We thank God for everything, the Creator for everything. Yeah. He is the one who placed you on earth and before him you will be summoned. They challenge, when will that prophecy come to pass if you are truthful? Say, such knowledge is with God. I am no more than a manifest warner. When they see it happening, the faces of those who disbelieve will turn miserable, and it will be proclaimed, this is what you used to mock. Say, whether God decides to annihilate me and those with me, or to shower us with his mercy, who is there to protect the disbelievers from a painful retribution? Say, he is the most gracious. We believe in him and we trust in him. We will surely find out who is really far astray. Say, what if your water sinks away? Who will provide you with pure water? On that, let us repent. Alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah. So, I just read, for those who came in a little late, from Surah 67, Al-Mulk, Kingship, and the title of the sermon is called La ilaha illallah, and its deeper meaning. And I just want to expound briefly before we in the khutbah. I wrote a few things down. I just want to say that, we are walking within a light from our Creator, and we thank God for that light. And as most of us know, God has been signaling in us for many, many years. What I mean by that is God has been trying to get our attention through various means. And God called, and we called back. Yes, because we are here. And we're continuing to call back to the Creator by checking in. Because we're not perfect. We make mistakes. We get upset. We get angry. We have doubts. We have fears. All of that. We are human beings. We're not angels. God said if there was angels in the earth, right, there would be no need for the book. But being that we are humans going through a human experience, right, God has sent us guidance and has sent us direction. The reason why I'm saying this is that, whatever we go through, let us not be so hard on ourselves. Let us not be so hard on one another. Let us not be so hard on our children, because our children are tests for us, right? Let us just, inshallah, continue to seek the Creator, because at the end, we're going back to the Creator. We know that. And now I wanted to speak about La ilaha illallah. If you look at La, no, right? Now, we know La ilaha illallah means that there's no God but God, right? But not only are you saying that there's no God but God, but you're saying that, no, I'm not going to do the things that I used to do no more. No, I'm not going to think the way that I used to think anymore. No, I'm not going to respond the way that I used to respond no more. No, I'm not going to hang out with those people because they're not doing what it is that I'm doing. So, in La ilaha illallah, that no is saying I'm not doing any of the things that I used to do before, because I have found a new way of life. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? No. Nope. If it's not about what the Creator wants me to do, no, can't do it. I'm not compromising. I'm not going to do it. Because if if it takes us away from our peace, the peace that God has given us, then it is totally contrary to where we are going. I don't care who it is. Now, listen, I'm being real. I don't care who they are, how long we've known them, how cool we've been, how down we've been, or whatever the case may be. Laugh. No. But I know you for... Laugh. No. I'm not doing that no more. I can't do that. It goes against to what I'm about now, how I'm feeling now, how I'm thinking now. That's it. Laugh. You see how soft I got with my tone? That's how soft you might have to get with your tone when they come, whoever they may be. Yes. You ain't got to be, no. Laugh. Can't do that. You do it calm. Do it calmly. So that way you stay calm. Yeah. We see, we want to be calm in our doings and our goings, because there's so much going on outside of our homes, right? Right now, it seems like it's just a climate for war. They just issued, what, $400-something billion for the defense? See, climate of war, mayhem, killing, dropping bombs, shooting, killing, boom, X, Y, and Z. It's a climate of war. But thank God, we within ourselves don't have that climate of war. Thank God, we don't have that. And if you got a little climate of war going on, laugh. They not getting it? Laugh. Because you recognize that there's no God but God, right? And all the promises that God tells us about in the Quran, that we're going to get once we leave here, and we get while we're down here also, right? That entails us having a clear vision of where we're going, right? A peace of mind, so that way we can see what it is that God wants us to have. Because we don't want to be confused by somebody else's foolishness. Because it will distract us from where we need to be and where we're going in our path as submitters. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience, because when I had allowed certain situations to overcome me, what I had on my mind at first completely went out the window because I was so caught up in that mess. You understand what I'm saying? We probably all went through that. You intended on doing one thing, you got into some kind of spat or whatever the case may be, and it just took you off from what it was you were setting out to do. So from now on, laugh. That's it. Laugh. Because there is no God but God. That's it. Because peace within, peace in the home, peace in every aspect of our dealings is more better than everything I got in my closet right now. Everything I got in my house right now is more better for me. I'm telling you, peace within. Are you truly happy? Huh? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. God be glorified. It's in the sermon.